Hi there! Welcome to the Poco M3 review where we won't talk about benchmarks and speed tests. Yes, I firmly believe it's the experience that eventually matters. Do people who actually buy phones do any kind of speed test? No, most users just want the phone to work well. It's the real world use that's important. However, it doesn't mean that it should be a slouch, which is why we're going to review it. So, let's get started. Now, I've been using the Poco M3 as a secondary device for like a week now, and I'll tell you what I liked and what I didn't, so you can decide if you should buy this or not. So we'll go one step at a time, starting with the design. Wow, I'm totally in love with that back texture finish. It's been a very long time since I've used any phone without a cover, primarily because I was never confident about its grip. Most phones are so slippery, you know you'll drop it. But the Poco M3 feels really good in the hand, and with that material, it provides a very good grip. The leather-like texture makes the phone look extremely premium, even though it's actually made of plastic. Luckily for me, this is a black color, so it camouflages the dirt and stains. And my favorite part is no fingerprint smudges like we see on other glossy plastic and glass back phones. There is also a lovely yellow color with a similar texture, looks even prettier. But of course, choice of color is very subjective. However, there is a transparent cover provided in the box to protect the device, which I highly recommend most of you use it. We all drop our phones, and that cover might actually prevent the phone from damage. The back seamlessly blends with the side frame, which too is made of plastic. Here the matte black gives a really nice look. I any day prefer this to the glossy frame. So the fingerprint scanner is on the side. Frankly, I've always liked the side ones to the in-display. They're always faster and above all, very ergonomic. Use the thumb to unlock when the phone is in the right hand, while use the index finger when in the left hand. You also have an option to set a few more. It's fast and very responsive. No complaints at all. Coming to the display. So firstly, it's nice to see a Full HD display on a 10,000 rupee phone with a Snapdragon 662 CPU. Now most other devices with similar specs have an HD Plus display, and I wouldn't recommend that resolution to anyone, especially in a time when we stream so much on our phones. The Poco M3 has a 6.53-inch IPS LCD display, and it's a pretty good size, not too big and just perfect to fit in your pocket. It also gets bright enough, the color reproduction is good. For someone like me who prefers more natural colors, it's great. However, you can switch to the saturated mode in the display settings if you like vivid colors. There is also a dark mode to reduce strain when you're using the phone at night or in low light conditions. The only drawback for me with an LCD display is lack of always-on display, but it's not a deal breaker. LCD displays are really good under direct sunlight, and the Poco M3 didn't disappoint. With the teardrop front camera, the display looks almost seamless, and the bezels, though not the thinnest, are almost negligible considering the price. Moving to the performance. Though I'm sure most of you already know, but the Poco M3 is rocking the 11nm Snapdragon 662 CPU along with 6GB DDR4X RAM. For many buyers, those might just be numbers and figures, and they only want to know about its performance and storage. Well, to simply put it in price to performance ratio, the 662 Snapdragon chipset combined with fast 6GB RAM is excellent. Apps launch fast, social media apps are a breeze. Most recently used apps are still in memory, which means instant loading. It's running the MIUI 12 skin on Android 10, and we hear that Android 11 is in the works. No ads anywhere system-wide, that I can surely confirm. But I don't appreciate that there is a lot of bloatware that comes pre-installed, like some unwanted games, which are totally unnecessary. Thankfully, you can delete it. There is an option to pick 64GB or 128GB internal storage variants. I have the 64GB, out of which 50GB is available, which might be enough for those who don't need to install too many games or save videos offline. However, there is a microSD card support just in case you need it. But if you ask me, go for the 128GB variant, it's always better. It also comes with faster UFS 2.2, while the 64GB has 2.1. The difference might be small on paper, but in the long run, it really helps. Also played some games, Asphalt 9 and some more, and they played quite well. I didn't notice any drop frames or lag. In fact, pretty impressive for a phone at this price point. I know, I've said this several times, but it's truly impressive. Budget phones have got really good. So gamers, yes, you can even play games like PUBG and COD smoothly if you tone down the graphic in the settings. The device comes with Wildvine L1 certification, so it can play Netflix and Prime videos at full resolution without any problem. Also, thanks to the 3.5 headphone jack, I can just plug in my headphones. It's one of the things I still miss on phones that don't have one. The Poco M3 also comes with dual speakers, so stereo audio experience while listening to music or watching movies. The audio is truly impressive. I can easily say it's one of the best audio outputs I've heard in a while. Super Poco. Coming to the battery, well, it has a 6000 mAh battery. Wow, can't ask for more. So also with 6000 mAh battery, the weight of the phone is under 200 grams, 197 grams to be precise. It supports 18 watt fast charging, but surprisingly, the device ships with 22.5 watt charger. Strong charger, aur kya chahiye? So you can charge 25% of the battery in about half an hour, 50% of the battery in 1 hour, while full charge from 0 to 100 takes a little about 3 hours. Now, these results aren't great, but not too bad either. Let's not forget, we are charging a massive 6000 mAh battery, and I could get through 2 days easily with medium to heavy use. WhatsApp, emails, Instagram, Twitter, camera use, the works. Of course, if you're gonna do a lot of gaming, expect far lesser. Finally, the cameras. Probably the only feature that took a hit to keep the price this low. It has a triple camera setup with a 48 megapixel rear primary camera, 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth sensor. Sadly, missing the ultra wide, which I would have preferred over the macro or the depth sensor any day. But maybe I'm nitpicking. By default, it takes images at 12 megapixel and they are superb for its class. There is more than enough detail, pleasant sharpness, and the contrast is quite good. The dynamic range is average and the colors are more on the warmer side, but will do. The depth sensor helps get some nice portrait shots. Nothing great, but no complaints either. The macro cam it's just useless. The colors look different and getting the focus was pretty hard. My advice, stick to the main shooter for your best results. You can record a full HD video at 30 FPS. Sadly, no 4K video recording, but frankly, I'm fine with it. The front camera is a 8 megapixel selfie shooter. The details captured are okay. The colors and contrast are actually quite good. Best outdoors during the day. But even indoors with limited lighting, it performed pretty well. It's the best you can expect from a phone at this price. Alright, so here's the conclusion. The Poco M3 ain't perfect, but considering the price to performance, it's literally the best phone you can get for your buck. Especially if you're looking for a phone around the range of 10 to 12,000. It surely gives ultra-wide camera a miss, but the main shooter is impressive. Mammoth 6000 mAh battery that easily lasts 2 days. Full HD display, well built, and that soft back is stellar. Play your favorite games with ease. I can say the Poco has a winner in hand with the M3. You can get the 64 megapixel variant for 10,990 and the 128GB variant for 11,990. It's available in 3 colors, black, blue, and the gorgeous Poco yellow. I'll leave the links for all in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check it out. So I hope this video was helpful. If there are any questions, feedbacks, or even complaints, mention it down in the comments. All are welcome. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.